Hey, thanks for joining us. It's 2 o'clock on a Thursday, and you're right where you need to be, watching GunStuff Live, right here from Newport, Kentucky. Well, welcome back to another edition of GunStuff Live. We're broadcasting from the Newport studios of GunStuff TV. You see the familiar Cincinnati skyline in the background. We'd like to thank our sponsors for today, Freedom Processing. Freedom Processing is the lifeline of GunStuff TV. It means all the difference for us because that's how people pay to purchase products. And you know, in today's world, you have to be sensitive to that. You have to have a merchant partner that will be there with you. So just click on the link on our website and you'll learn more about Freedom Processing. And of course, we've got Faxon, quality, innovation, and service. Faxon Firearms, we have a contest, and we're going to tell you more about that in a little bit. But I want to welcome back to the show. Let me see if we can bring him on here. Hey, Scott, you're here.
Yes, happy to be back, as always.
So here we are for another edition. Did you ever see that movie Dumb and Dumber?
Yes.
Sometimes I feel like both of those characters on this show because we got so much technology and I just can't figure out how to use it.
But then you go and totally redeem yourself.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Hey, I was telling folks about Faxon Firearms, and they've got a great contest. Tell our folks what they can win from Faxon.
All right, so you got your Faxon pistol here. You got the Hellfire, great pistol, been using it for quite a while in competition, and the thing has performed outstanding. They start with a polymer 80 lower, and then they machine everything else in themselves. So just
this is the FX19. Are you running this today?
It's going to be.
I haven't had a chance to take this thing out past 25 yards.
Love mine to death. Then you'll get the ammunition to feed it. So you'll be talking about going into doing the ammunition to feed it. Then you'll have the Swamp Fox. Liberty or Justice, depending on which one it is, I believe. Red dot to go on top, so it'll mount right to the top of there, and it also will come with the Ironsides shroud that goes around it. What that will do is that will give you an incredibly durable pistol, that defensive pistol that is still small enough to carry, like a covert carry or daily carry, but still have all of the duty grade components that you need to carry that thing for a long time. It also comes with the Squared Away Customs holster that is meant specifically for that gun, and then you'll get the Firebird 50 bio targets also for the finishing touch there to have fun out on the range.
Yeah, I love those bio targets. Yeah. The nice thing about them is they don't require any mixing. A lot of times we've been out to the range, we're going to blow something up, we're going to mix it all up and nothing happens. Yeah. But that doesn't happen with Firebird, and also we can ship it directly to your house. A lot of products we can't.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about it. It's really cost effective in the fact that you don't have to pay all the hazmat for shipping.
That's right. Now, you win that whole package. It is a $29.95 value, almost $3,000. And we've got a lot of folks registering. We're running down to the wire on that. If you want to register, all you do is go to gunstuff.tv/Faxon, and that's how you can get a part of this great prize. And that's not the only way to win. Today, we've got, as usual, our AWT sponsor. Tell our folks a little bit about this here, Scott.
So you have the AWT oil. This is formulated specifically for our friend Don Fraley, runs Advanced Weapons Technology. He has formulated this and went through this specifically for his builds, high-end precision rifles and 1911s. And this stuff is really good. It's all we use when we go out to the range. I've tried a lot of different kinds of lubes and things like that, and we take this out and start to have a little bit of problems with it, a problem with the gun or anything. A couple drops of this cleans it right out, and then lubes everything up. I've had a lot of them. A lot of people will use different products, things like that. They will, the products will like gum up.
Okay, so that, now it's very tricky to win this product. It requires you to go to gunstuff.tv, go to the help menu, and under there it says customer contact. You put in your name and address, because we have to have a place to send it, and just tell us, just heads up to Scott, hey, ship me some of that oil, and we are running a little bit low on it, so, yeah. So just sign up. Well, as advertised, Scott, we sent out an email blast, and we got a lot of folks interested in loading their firearms. And I've got with us Let me see if I can bring him in here. And like I said, my technology skills are not the greatest, but Tom, are you there?
Yes, you've done well.
Okay, I'm hoping you can hear me all right.
Yep, no problem.
Well, I see some pictures in the background, and it's Quickload Speedloader Systems. And
Yes.
Tom, you should be seeing yourself right now. Do you see yourself?
I do.
Okay, that's great. Well, we have some photos that we pulled off of the website, and you could tell our viewers, if you don't mind, tell our viewers a little bit about what your products do. I'm going to start with this one, and then you can just tell us.
Sure,
Go
sure.
ahead.
That is a 45 caliber strip loader. We make strip loaders, round loaders, and pistol loaders, and I'll talk about them more in a little bit. But that
So the round
basically,
loaders,
yep,
there's
that's
the
a round
round one.
loader. We have round loaders from 22 caliber to, I'm sorry, round loaders are only in 38 caliber. The strip loaders are from 22 caliber to 45 caliber. That's a strip loader in 38 caliber. And that's a strip loader in 45 caliber. You can see it's next to a judge. It's a 5-shot. We also have a 6-shot version in 45 caliber that will fit a Judge Magnum or the governor. Let me back up a
Well,
minute and say, Chris and Scott, thank you for having me on your show.
hey, we're glad to have you here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, you've seen our revolver loading items, and off my ear you can see a strip loader with a quick case. We've just come out with a semi-auto pistol magazine loader. It is darn near universal. It loads everything from a 22 long rifle in a detachable box magazine to a 50 A&E. And it will work with single stacks, double stacks, drums, and it's super simple.
And you have one there.
I have one here. This is it. I got to stay in screen. Basically, it's 2 pieces, no moving parts. I'm left-handed, so I'm going to put this on my left thumb. But there it is, ready to go. And I'm going to just do a quick demonstration of it. This is a SIG 250 double stack magazine. And you just press down. And some of the speed loaders out there, you have to manually load the first round. You can press right on the follower plate with this. Okay, so that's 5 rounds in a 12-round magazine on my left thumb. It's an ambidextrous product. So I'm going to put it on my right thumb. And I'm left-handed. So, and I'm going to finish off this magazine with my right thumb.
Well,
got to
let's see
try
if we
and
can
stay
get
in front.
Scott on here. Scott, Scott, let's see if we can try get Scott. Scott, now you've got
Yeah.
that. Scott came in today with that on his ring finger, and I thought he got married with to one of his firearms.
So yeah, so I just picked this up off the table. It's this, and it's one of those things too. That's my first time seeing this. Is just seconds ago, and just I'm doing the follow along at home thing. So he put it on his finger, seeing how he did it. It took very little instruction, but I just went ahead and pulled one of my magazines out, and then just started loading it myself. So I mean, this is a very easy little thing to use here. This is a handy dandy little piece of kit right here. So with this being able to use, yeah.
Super simple, super simple.
Absolutely. This is one of those products that you're like, how did no one ever think of this before, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Hey, great idea on this. This is outstanding. So I'm just going through, just putting this on, just loading them right in there. You know, just doing the follow along the whole thing. But as you can see, it's just a little nub that comes out there, and it has a curved bottom on it to seat on the round, so you can just push in just that easy. So yeah, that's a great piece of kit.
And now that attaches with Velcro there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hook and loop fastener, and it will fit any thumb. So it's ambidextrous. You saw me use my left and my right hand. You can also use it to unload a magazine. You can use the edge of the thumb plate to strip magazines off between the feed lips. Or not magazines, strip
Yeah.
rounds off between the feed lips.
Give us a little.
Oh, they're popping out of there real quick. Yeah, so that's exactly what I'm doing. Yeah.
Hold
yeah,
on
you're
up
right.
there so we can see.
Oh, so
Whoa!
yeah, they just come right out of there.
SIG 365 magazine,
Yeah.
which if you own a SIG 365, you know how difficult they are to load the last rounds.
Yes.
I loaded all 10 rounds in that magazine, and then I went and did the same thing manually. I couldn't load but 8 manually, and I was still 25% faster.
Well, I think it's funny because when you mentioned 365, that is exactly what I went for.
That's what he's got right
That's
there.
what I have right here. So trying to load,
Yeah.
this is the 12 round mag for the 365 XL. These things are notoriously hard, and then on top of that, another one that I find notoriously hard is the Magpul Glock mags. Those things, when you start getting into the high capacity, like the 20 to 20 something rounders, 22 rounders, I believe, those things are incredibly difficult to load. So these are really nice to have here.
Yeah,
And, we also have the round loaders as well.
Yeah.
Scott, do you have one of the round loaders up here?
Yeah, we sure do. Got one right here. This one's loaded up and ready to go. So.
and that's a round loader. You can buy the round loaders separately, or you can buy them in a combo pack with a quick case. I've just added 4 new models to the round loader line. Originally, I only had a round loader that fit the J-frame size 38s, but now I have a bigger 5-shot that handles the Ruger SP101, the Charter Arms, and I have 3 6-shot versions that fit everything from a Kimber K6S up through an L-frame Smith or a Ruger GP100.
Well, Scott, what have you got there?
So we have one of the round loaders here, and so this is, this is the way it'll appear in the package when you get it. But this is the cover here. So as the rounds are on here, this is going to protect the rounds. But you just pull this out, and your rounds are already on the speed loader itself. So it has some really dense foam around the edge here, and then this, when you go to do your reload, then you can just drop this right into the firearm. Let me turn it this way a little bit so I can see. I'm doing this kind of backwards here. So you've got drop it right into the firearm, and then you just push right on this portion here, and that's going to push them right out of that foam casing, and then you're going to be speed loaded up for the next round of fire, anyways.
Let me just demonstrate real quick. This is a 438 Smith, and Smiths and Ruger LCRs are notoriously difficult to handle with speed loaders. You can see this one slides right in, clears the grip, clears the thumb latch, and you just keep pushing. You get a tactile and audible feedback, and let me see if I can turn this the right way. There we go. And it positively chambers the rounds. So you don't have rounds hanging out and hoping gravity will drop them in. You're ready to go.
So there's like an audible click. You push it in, you get a tactile sense and an audible click, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Well, that sounds like genius to me.
Yeah, and one of the things, when I first started in law enforcement, we were using revolvers. We had the 357s, and so that's what I cut my teeth off in my law enforcement career. So we were doing that. We never really were allowed to carry too many of the speed loaders, just because if the ones that had the mechanical springs and the push buttons and stuff like that. One of the things I love about this is the fact that it's dissolved foam. So there's no real moving parts on here. If you push down on this, it's just going to shove right through there and come out. So whereas some of the speed loaders that have been offered in the past, you could run into some kind of problem where it wouldn't release the rounds if you didn't get it in there just the right way, so since this is all on there, if you go to put it in and something happens in your gun, you get some kind of jam or something like that, and due to stress or whatever, you can just hammer that thing in there and just rip the foam off, and you're still going to be able to get right back in the fight. You know, you're not going to be stuck with a hard metal speed loader on there or something that, there's something, some of them you got to twist to unlock them and things like that.
Sounds like a good
And
idea.
some twist one way and some twist the other way.
Yeah.
Now, I've done a lot of testing on this to make sure that it's durable. I've done ASTM 1345.18 artificial aging. I've done UVC, that's shortwave UV exposure for 1,000 hours. I've done chemical compatibility tests for gun solvents, for bore cleaners, and I've also done endurance tests too. My minimum criteria for a design is that it has to work 500 times without any wear. So I measure it before I start the test. I measure it after the test. And that's what qualifies a design in the round loader family and the strip loader family.
Well, that's pretty impressive, especially for these. As light as these are, one of the things you're looking at is this. These are all made of like a plastic or a polymer of some kind with the foam attachment on here. So it's one of those things you're like, oh well, maybe that'll wear down. So you might be a little hesitant, but with that kind of testing, you really can't doubt
Right.
too much.
Right. There's only two parts in the round loader: a rigid part and a flexible part. The rigid part is made out of type 12 nylon. The quick case is also made out of type 12 nylon. And the foam part is actually a very special rubber compound made by BASF. I was involved in the beta testing of that product before it was released to the market.
Well, that's pretty interesting, with all the different compounds that you have to come up with here. So one of the things also I was looking at is one of the things we always did carry, talking about going back to law enforcement and people carrying these to, you're relying on this to keep this gun fed, is your strip mags. And this is, so I carried strip mags for quite some time. And what I really like about this design is your configuration on there. Can you tell us a little bit about how you had this set up?
Yeah, I'll give you a quick demonstration. Again, I'm going to take my J-frame 438, and this is a 5-shot version. And don't worry, these are all dummies, by the way. I loaded them myself. It slides right in, goes as close as you can get to the cylinder. The star is the only thing holding it away. You keep thumb pressure on the back, and you rip up, rotate the cylinder about 45 degrees, slot in the last two, and rip down.
Yeah,
and you have a fully loaded gun.
That's one of the things I love about this design. So if we can zoom in on this just a little bit, you can see it looks like a little bit of a weird configuration here on this loader. And a lot of strip loaders that, like a lot of ones that I've carried, you'd carry them on your duty belt. All the bullets are in one straight line. And only thing you'd be able to do is you would be able to let me turn this around this way a little bit so you guys can see here. Only thing you could really do is you could only put two in at a time, rotate it two more, right? With a regular strip loader. With this one here, you're allowed to. You can put this in, and that puts 4 rounds right on in the chamber right away. So if you are practicing this and you're training with these strip loaders, you can get that one in there, and if you have to get back into action when you strip it off, you can just come up and hit it, and you'll be ready to go because it'll go right there, depending on the rotation of the cylinder, of course. But just just thinking about some people are like, well, I'd love to carry a revolver for the durability, but I'm not exactly sure because you don't get to carry that many rounds. With these kind of things here, this is what will make this possible, having one of these in your pocket. It's really small, it doesn't take up a lot of space. That's less than an inch thick, it looks like. And then the length of the round, depending on the length of the round you're carrying. So like 38s are going to be a little bit shorter than 357 mags. But you can immediately get 4 more rounds in the gun quite quickly with this, or you can just go for the full reload with this. If you have a little bit something bigger, you're wearing a jacket pocket or something like that, or you have more space on your belt.
Right. Just like we had added a bunch of round loaders to that product line, we've added 14 more strip loaders to the strip loader product line this year. everything from a 5-shot 22, and that's 22 long rifle or 22 Magnum, all the way up to the 6-shot 45 caliber. So we now have 16 models of strip loader, so many that I actually had to come up with a sheet so that I could keep track of all the guns that they fit. The strip loaders come in everything from a 5-round version up to a 10-round version. So basically, regardless of what caliber you're shooting, we probably have a strip loader that will fit your gun.
And if you don't have a strip loader, we've got, now what is the name of this device again? One more time? This is
It's a
innovative.
pistol. It's a pistol loader.
Pistol loader. And,
Yep.
oh, I see you've got a spiffy logo on there. We need to get one with a GunStuff logo.
Well, we can do it. Right now, I've got 3 different logos available. I've got a plain. Oh, I got to try and, I'm not used to this. There's a plain version. There's one with an American flag.
Oh, I'm getting triggered.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting triggered.
and then the Quickload. All of the Quickload products are designed, manufactured, and packaged in the U.S. So I had to have one with an American flag on it.
Of course.
I would say so. I think that's all appropriate, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now we also added a few extra products other than the round loaders, the strip loaders, and the pistol loaders. You've seen the quick case. This is a quick case for a 5-shot.
Okay.
We've also come up with a quick case for the 5-shot that hangs
On a belt loop.
on your belt.
Nice.
So we did a round loader case, and we did a round loader case that hangs on your belt. We also have, because we added a larger format for some of the strip loader editions, like the 10 shots, the 8 shots, we had to have a bigger format than the 5 and the 6 that we previously had. We came up with a quick case that fits the larger format that's telescopic. So if you're shooting 3-inch 410 shells and you've got an SL036 stuffed in here, this will fit it. Or if you're shooting shorter cartridges, you just drop it down. You can fix it in place if you're only going to use, one cartridge, or you can leave it where it moves up and down. So that's the telescopic version.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that like a lot of people love about revolvers is the versatility. So you can go from different loads and different cartridges, and this is one with the case on it, and this so being able to cover these rounds when you have them in a speed loader in your pocket does make a difference, because you can have things in your pocket, and when you reach in to grab it for an emergency reload, you could get anything from a coin to something else could get mixed in there with it, anything from pocket lint to whatever, that when you pull this out in an emergency situation and go to speed load into your gun, you're putting a foreign object into the cylinder of the gun, and then you're trying to get that to work in a high stress situation. Lots of things can go wrong. So when you have these covers on here, makes it a great thing so that you can protect these rounds. One, because these are expensive, and these are life-saving things right here, so they deserve to be shrouded and protected. But then when you have the different calibers and different sizes, you may have one round that is shorter than others. And I have a couple different kinds out here, everything from snake shot to 357 Magnum, 38 Special, and they're different lengths. So being able to have these other ones, like you said, if you're carrying a judge, then you can change the height of it.
Right.
Well, Tom,
right.
I can tell one thing right now is that you've caught Scott's fancy, and we're running out of time. In fact, we've gone over a little bit for this segment. I tell you what we're going to do is, if any of you viewers are interested to get a free sample, put in your name and caliber. We'll see if we can get you something from watching our show today. And then also, I know somebody, Scott, right here, and I thought the ones with the belt loop, he wants to take these out to the range and do some training. And in a real world scenario, well, it won't be real world, but a more approximate.
A good training environment.
A good training environment.
Put it through some drills. Yeah,
we'll do some drills, and we'll show you folks. You may think a little more differently about how fast you can operate a revolver once you see this. And we may get a few more converts back to the revolver. What do you think, Tom?
I think that's a fantastic idea. Hey, I'd like to say one more thing on that pistol loader. One of the big advantages of the pistol loader is it saves your thumb. Recently, I did a test. One person loading 5,000 rounds in 562 different magazines, 2 capacity, so completely compressed spring, in 12 hours. So it was, other than biology breaks, lunch and dinner, that was in one day loading 5,000 rounds in 562 magazines. And I still have thumbs.
You know, I'm really disappointed you didn't call me to ask me to do that, because that sounds like my cup of tea sitting there filling up 5,000 rounds. I can't believe you did that.
Yeah, I like to unload magazines. I don't like to load magazines.
We'll let you load them and then we'll shoot them. How's that sound?
That sounds, well, you got to have me shoot some too.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Hey, well, Tom, thanks for being on our show today. And I want to tell you we're going to have you back here shortly, and we'll show you the results of Scott's test. How does that sound?
That sounds fantastic. Fantastic.
Thanks, Tom. Hey, well, I think we've got something that's going to be a lot of fun for you out of the range. I like the idea of the clip-ons. You know, put this right on your belt, stays clean and easy
especially
to get to.
especially the slim ones, when you can fit them on and they'll go right under your shirt, and you're not going to have any problem keeping them under there. But you know, one of the things that we've noticed here at GunStuff is the fact that we've sold a lot of revolvers. I mean, there have been a lot of revolvers go out the door.
Oh yeah, in fact, for a while we were selling mainly revolvers. Now we're having trouble getting revolvers too. In fact, we're having trouble, just like everyone, of getting just about everything. Oh, there's our time period, letting us know we need to finish. But before we go, I want to thank each of our sponsors. Thanks so much to Freedom Processing. And if you want to learn more about how Freedom Processing can help your business, it doesn't have to be selling guns. It can be any type of anything that requires a credit card. Check with Freedom Processing. And you can go to freedomprocessing.us. And also a thanks to Faxon. And remember, you guys can register for this fabulous prize pack worth $29.95 just by going to gunstuff.tv/Faxon. And we want to thank you guys for being on our show today, and tell your friends about GunStuff, and check out our website. Also, by the way, Scott, we just joined Parler, so we are now streaming live to Facebook and to Twitter. YouTube is on a delay, but we will get it out to YouTube. That's because of their safety concerns.
Yep.
And then also, Parler will be on streaming soon. I want to thank you folks for watching, and remind you, get your stuff from GunStuff.